He's gonna be retreating and trying to get some health back.
And I just noticed that for some reason Xsplit shut off.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be from that error button that I haven't hit OK on yet for the past 2 hours. But it's loading back up now, so we'll just keep going with it, I guess.
Tychus actually got taken out. He was trying to gank Sylvanas, but instead of leaving, Sylvanas just stayed there, which should probably be a cue that something's up. But ETC came in, pushed him back, and then Sylvanas was actually able to take him out. This is a very good turnaround there for Fraud.
And just a constant push in the middle lane from 3 members of Fraud. Up top, we do have Jaina, IV Slime on the side of SABR, just kind of staying in his lanes, trying to get that experience to stay even on the side of Fraud. And I hopefully we are back online. I don't know why Twitch or why my XSplit crashed like that, but, well, it didn't crash, just randomly said, okay, we're going to turn you off. So, I don't know. So we'll see if it boots up here in a second, but yeah, Sai going in, overpower on Bellamorte, trying to get out. She ends up surviving. Bro Montana taking a lot of damage though to save Bella's life, and he will end up going down.
That'll be, I think, the first kill for SABR. I actually did not realize that that's what SABR was, so I'm really happy about that. And let's see. As far as talents, Brightwing taking Protective Shield, so definitely going a little more defensive instead of taking the Envenom, which is typically on the other side as well. And actually Jaina taking Arcane Intellect, so wanting to be able to lane a little bit longer without having to go back for mana. And it can be a very beneficial talent in that regard.
And up top on Anxiety almost got taken down on that Sylvanas. She didn't have her Banshees up, and she ended up almost getting taken out by Jaina there. I don't think Hospital had his frag grenade, which would have put him in that position of actually securing that kill, but she ends up getting away in that engage.
Both teams just sticking really, really close to each other in terms of not only gems, but levels. They're both level 7. They've both picked up those talents, and they both have turned in, well, actually just one more, and SABR will get there for the first turn in, but it's whether or not they're actually able to do so.
Yeah, they end up just needing one. He ends up getting it in. So it's going to be the first wave of Web Weavers coming out here in 1 second. As the side of SABR says, you know, we need to take some mercenaries quick. Let us try and capture this bruiser camp before they vanish.
Hospital actually taking a lot of damage up top, but they aren't able to secure the gank. He will get away, especially thanks to a teleporting in Brightwing. And right now we just see Fraud trying to push the lanes as much as possible so the Web Weavers will be as far away from their structures as possible as they drop down.
Alright, everyone is saying in chat, this is 2 minutes behind, but that the stream is back, so
yay.
Thanks.
Ooh! Bellamorte taking a lot of damage from a blizzard from Jaina, but does get away. He's going to first aid and heal up from Bro Montana's. Sai actually coming in is going to be wildly out of position from that shadow charge and will go down very quickly. Now Proteges, who is trying to help keep him alive, will go down as well. And they're going to lose Diablo and Brightwing while trying to do this push.
And it ended up being where another fight that was started from the different team ended up turning out where they ended up losing somebody. As for the side of SABR, it just didn't work in their work for them, as it ends up coming up where Fraud secures a couple kills on him. And down bottom, we see we do have a turn-in from the side of Fraud, as they're going to try and get these rupees in here and get those Web Weavers, and they do secure it.
Tassadar has 36 gems on him. Jaina and Brightwing actually came down and tried to gank him, but of course ganking Tassadar is very hard, but still my heart was beating very quickly because that is a lot of gems on one hero.
Yep, that is for sure. He's going to end up needing a bigger purse soon.
Maybe he can go to the little shop and purchase one.
Yep. If only. So he's going to keep pushing here. Even more and more gems are going out. Rupees. Kiefer's gets pulled in there, and he's not going to be able to be saved. But Divine Shield comes out from Bro Montana. An awesome save. He ends up going away with his life here. Good job.
What a save. That was very clutch. Just picking up those level 10 talents on both sides is gonna help secure that. I cannot believe it. Now they're all moving up toward top. Fraud's trying to maybe get something done, take down this, but now Sai is coming in. He's gonna try to engage on this. The team is a little bit fresher than the side of Fraud, and they actually did great overpower on Battlemorte. That's gonna finish off with the Lightning Breath, and they're gonna take out that Sergeant Hammer.
Again, as we see, a team tries to go for that extra little bit and ends up falling behind where they actually lose one or two people. Sergeant Hammer is down, Battlemorte, and you see up top here, SABR. They are pushing. They know they have one member down. Let's go for it, and they end up securing that outer fort.
What's so interesting to me here is that the web weavers on that were actually on the side of Fraud, but weren't they? They were on the side of Fraud?
Yeah, they were on the side of Fraud that whole time, yep.
But SABR was actually the one who picked up the first fort off of that, being able to capitalize on the fact that they could take out that Sergeant Hammer. So very good, recognizing that they had the advantage there and pushed it just enough on the side of SABR.
A lot of gems on the side of Fraud. They need to be careful with this amount. I'm not sure really why they're stocking them up. I guess they want to clear these lanes and get some of their minions, because if you do have waves that are kind of pushed back, it's sort of a waste cast of web weavers. So they're just going to continue to work on this middle here. As you see, Keepers is trying to set up a play. He ends up getting picked in. No stage dive or mosh pit going off side. Lightning Breath the whole team, but they are going to still be up in this engage. Anxiety taking some damage. Divine Shield does come out from Bro Montana. Battlemorte gets pulled in from Overpower, and she ends up getting nuked.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage, and unfortunately I am also confused why they did not decide to turn in there, because the psychology of trying to engage in on something when you've got a lot of gems, even when you've got a lot of coins like on Blackheart's Bay, is so scary, the idea of losing all of those. And so I am surprised they didn't decide to turn in, but I understand they were close to getting that fort, and especially with Sylvana, she can take it down. They are trying to come in and to stop this boss from being picked up. ETC is going to jump in, but just not quite in time. They will take out Sai here, or maybe it's getting very low, but trying to run away. Up there he goes, but Keepers is also going to follow him. He will go down as well. And everyone's trying to get away. Sergeant Hammer is fresh and doing a lot of damage to Ivy Slime and Proteges, who's trying to keep that Jaina alive. Hospital gets stunned, but everybody from Fada is having to leave. They've got a boss pushing. In addition to the web weavers, this is a lot of damage coming down on their structures.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out from 3 different lanes. Top, you have the boss. Middle, you have the web weavers. You have a red team hero killed that was up top, and that was Uther ends up actually going down. And the side of SABR, they are going to push this top. They want to get an inner keep out of the equation so those catapults could start spawning.
Yeah, they're really putting a lot of pressure here on this keep. The boss is almost down, but Keeper's getting thrown around from a whirlwind from it and actually is taking a lot of damage. He does get away, but the water elemental is just sitting around throwing snowballs at them. I guess it's a snowman elemental, I'm not sure. But he's melted anyway, they've taken him out, and they do keep the keep alive.
Yep, but if you look down bottom, the master plan, because SABR ended up taking an outer keep in that engage, and you see down middle also, middle was lost on that, so a lot was taken from SABR on that's for sure.
Yeah, they're now about a level and a half ahead as well too, so they're really trying to head toward those level 16 talents. The talent differential there is huge, and it'll be up to Fraud to try to push back their lanes, maybe try to get another turn in, and just try to catch back up in levels.
As you can see, 2 members of the side of Fraud are knocked down bottom. Bro Montana gets overpowered from behind there, and he's going to try and make it out with his Divine Shield. Is it going to be enough? We do see the arrow go out from Anxiety and just silence the whole members of SABR. And here we go. Kiefer's coming in with that stage dive, going in on Ivy Slime, taking a lot of damage on Jaina. She is going to be taken out of the equation, but Battlemorte on that Uther also. Nugan getting chased there, and Protege and Sai still in the back lines here, and they are also going to be taken out. As Brightwing cannot make it down in time. He ends up coming down on shot, but still, fight still going on here. Protege is trying to get out of here. Hospital He needs that one little slap, but he does end up going down. Protege's in that tight spot, has no mana, does blink 2 shot to get behind his back. And as we can see, there is just one member up. Kiefer's with 57 rupees at the moment, just making it out of there as the last member of Fraud.
That was a fight that was difficult to watch. A lot of gems dropped there. Kiefer's picked up a lot of them, but now that's 60 gems on one ETC who is out of mana, having to push back lanes. And that Tassadar dying with about 40 gems on him was very saddening.
Yes, it was. That is for sure. Now, just to go over what the level 10s were, since we fell behind, because on Heroes of the Storm it's so action-packed. We see Odin on the Commander, Tychus on the Odin. We see Vala on Strafe, Blink Heal, Brightwing, Summon Water Elemental, and Jaina, and Lightning Breath on Diablo. On the side of Fraud Esports, we see Stage Dive on ETC. We see Archon on Tassadar, Wailing Arrow on the Sylvanas. We have Napalm Strike on Sergeant and Divine Shield on the Uther. Attack goes in. Bella Morte take a little bit of damage. Sai with that Lightning Breath just crunching out the damage. Bro Montana does end up going down. Anxiety has to be forced back. Kiefer's not in a good spot, and oh my god, he ends up losing 60 rupees right like that. And this is turning in the favor of SABR.
Yeah, just the ability to stop the turn-ins and force Fraud to constantly have so many gems but just have to hold them is just so difficult for them. And once again, they did such a great job of catching the team when ETC wasn't there, and in that amount of time they were able to take out Uther, and by the time ETC could stage dive, it was already too late. It was already a 4 versus 5 fight, and losing all of those gems has got to be so heartbreaking for Fraud.
I can only imagine how they are feeling after losing that many gems like that. That is something that really hurts the team overall. They should have done a turn-in sooner if they could have, instead of holding on to, especially with team fights, you never want to keep that many. And not the fact that SABR got all of their gems, but they made them lose theirs and they picked up some. So overall, SABR won in that engage, and it wasn't good for Fraud Esports.
Fraud does still have all their keeps. SABR setting up. They're going to go straight in and throw Bella Morte, but Sai is taking a lot of damage in a Lightning Breath. The whole team, Keepers receives the Divine Shield. He's going to be going back in now that the Lightning Breath is over. He wants to catch somebody out, but everybody's doing a great job of moving away. Wailing Arrow does silence a few of the members of SABR, but Sai, getting very low, does go down as the Diablo. Now everyone is still up on the side of Fraud, but man, they're low. They're so low. They're still actually being chased as long as this Odin is up. He really wants to catch Anxiety, who does get healed by Uther. They're staying alive. But actually, they're the ones who were on the retreat, even though it was Diablo who went down.
I think Diablo should have retreated. He was low at the point where there wasn't any sort of special heal that would be, take him back up. I don't know if it was just a bad call on the side of SABR, but at the same time, they are ahead. They're still technically winning this game, so they don't really have to worry about it. Diablo's going to be up in 5 seconds. It's not going to be too much. They don't have enough to turn in for the side of Fraud, so they're just going to have to push here, and it looks like that's what they want to do.
Yeah, they are going to be able to take down this fort very quickly, thanks to Anxiety, and now Sai is just trying to push him back a little bit, just trying to delay here. This is going to help, though, with the experience lead. This is going to help get Fraud back in. And they just, right now, want to lane and try to get more gems and try to get a turn-in, but getting all the way back to that many gems from losing so many is going to be difficult. Even though they do take out that middle fort as well, so they've almost evened up the structures, almost.
SABR still has that sort of level advantage. They're up 1 level at the moment. They're projected to hit 21st, which is good for them. It kind of hurts the enemy team, but that's what you want. You want to hit 21st and kind of leave that gap where they need a whole level. At this point, we do see SABR up top. They're gonna acquire that boss along with Webweavers. So again, a double combo coming out from SABR.
Yeah, that should be that key, because the boss is going to go straight there. the lanes are already pushed so well where the web weavers will be right up close. It does seem like Fraud is maybe trying to engage in on this. Like I said before, this is a good time to engage when the other team isn't 20. Overpower on Bella Morte means that she is going to go down so quickly thanks to that lightning breath. It deals so much damage. And Sylvanas goes down as well too. This is getting more and more difficult now. They've lost 2 people and they have to try to defend a boss who is already going to be heading toward a core as that keep goes down.
Yep, keep does go down. We still have 5 members of SABR up, only 3 members of Fraud, and this is just looking like it's going to be game. There's so much damage coming out from the side of SABR without their level 20s, with the boss, Web Weaver, and that's going to be game, folks.
Yeah, just so much damage between Vala, Jaina, and Tychus. Man.
Yeah, overall a lot